In 2010, two young men in California were quietly building something that would forever change the way people share their lives. One of them was named Kevin Systrom, a passionate computer programmer and photography enthusiast. The other, Mike Krieger, was a skilled engineer with a deep interest in user experience and design. Together, they would create Instagram, a platform that transformed ordinary moments into visual stories and turned social media into a global stage for creativity. Before Instagram, Kevin Systrom had been working on an app called Bourbon. The name came from his love for fine whiskey, bourbon, but the app had nothing to do with drinks. It was meant to combine location check-ins, like Foursquare, with the ability to share photos. It allowed people to check in at places, plan meetups with friends, and share pictures of what they were doing. However, Bourbon was cluttered with too many features. Users didn't understand it. The design was confusing, and it didn't stand out in the growing sea of mobile apps. But Systrom noticed something. Even though people weren't using all of Bourbon's functions, there was one thing they loved doing again and again: uploading photos. That single observation became the seed for something much bigger. He realized that people didn't need complicated tools, they wanted simplicity. They wanted to capture beautiful moments and share them instantly. Soon, Mike Krieger joined him, and together they made a crucial decision: to strip away everything unnecessary and focus entirely on photos. They deleted most of the Bourbon code and started fresh. They wanted an app that was lightweight, elegant, and easy to use. They dreamed of a space where sharing images felt effortless, something that would make people smile each time they opened it. They started experimenting with filters, effects that could instantly change the mood of a photo. Kevin had studied photography and knew that professional photographers spent hours editing images to get the perfect look. But what if everyone could do it in seconds? They tested countless filters until they found a few that added warmth, vintage tones, and style without making the photo look fake. Suddenly, anyone could feel like a professional photographer. That was the magic. Then they needed a name. They wanted something short, memorable, and connected to both instant photography and communication. After some brainstorming, they combined two words: instant camera and telegram. That's how the name Instagram was born. On October 6, 2010, Instagram launched exclusively for iPhone users. There were no fancy marketing campaigns, no ads, and no investors pushing them. It was just two friends, their vision, and an app. But what happened next shocked even them. Within the first 24 hours, more than 25,000 people downloaded Instagram. In just a week, it had 100,000 users. Within 2 months, that number exploded to 1 million. Instagram was growing faster than anyone had imagined. Why did it work so well? Because it was simple, beautiful, and human. It didn't ask users to write long posts or describe their thoughts in paragraphs. Instead, it invited them to show their world through images. A cup of coffee, a sunset, a new pair of shoes, everything could become art. People began sharing small details of their lives, and others could see, like, and comment. For the first time, social media felt personal, emotional, and visual. Celebrities quickly joined. Musicians, actors, athletes, they all loved how easily they could connect with fans. Brands followed soon after, realizing Instagram could be the perfect platform for marketing. Suddenly, the app that began as a small experiment was influencing global culture. It wasn't just an app, it was becoming a lifestyle. In 2011, Instagram introduced new features like hashtags and the ability to tag users. This made exploring photos easier and connected people with shared interests. Hashtags like #food, #travel, and #fashion began to dominate the platform. For many users, Instagram became a place to find inspiration, not just to share pictures. You could explore faraway cities, follow artists, discover new trends, and even start a business all from your phone. By early 2012, Instagram had grown to more than 30 million users, yet the company had only 13 employees. That's when Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, noticed it. Facebook was already the biggest social network in the world, but it lacked the kind of visual magic that Instagram had. Zuckerberg saw Instagram as the future, the bridge between social interaction and visual storytelling. In April 2012, Facebook bought Instagram for $1 billion in cash and stock. Many people thought it was crazy. A $1 billion deal for a 2-year-old company with no profits seemed absurd. But Zuckerberg believed it was a smart move. He said, "Instagram is not just a photo sharing app, it's how people will connect in the future." He was right. After the acquisition, Instagram continued to grow but kept its unique identity. The team remained independent, still led by Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger. They wanted to make sure Instagram didn't lose its simplicity or creativity under Facebook's ownership. Over the next few years, the app went through major transformations. In 2013, Instagram added video sharing, allowing users to post 15-second clips. This was a response to the growing popularity of Vine, another short video platform. Then in 2016, Instagram introduced Stories, inspired by Snapchat. Stories allowed users to share temporary photos and videos that disappeared after 24 hours. It was a game changer. Within months, hundreds of millions of people were using Stories every day. It became a new way to communicate faster, more casual, and more authentic. Soon after, Instagram introduced live videos, IGTV, Reels, and shopping. The platform evolved from a simple photo app into a global ecosystem. Influence.